A lot of people assume that if you trade options, you must be day trading. You should be willing to risk it all, go big or go home. Well, I don't believe that, and I want to explain why. I'm Dr. Ashik Rahman, and welcome to Small Account Options Trading. Now, this isn't because I don't like fast trading or becoming rich quickly. I'm actually opposite of that. But it's because statistically, day trading doesn't give me or anyone an edge. It conflicts with my full time job, and it also costs me my mental sanity. In this video, I'll basically be shitting on day traders. Or actually, I'll walk you through exactly why I stopped day trading and what didn't work for me, including even zero DTE trades, and why a slower, quote unquote, mechanical 45 DTE approach has been far more consistent in my small account. Okay, so like most or all of my episodes, I'll actually give you my account update for today. The last update was on Monday. Today is Wednesday. Okay, and I want to show you what's the situation with my account. So let me reduce my camera. So as you can see, today is Wednesday, January the 14th, and from Monday, we actually have a bit of an improvement, and the account size is sitting at $1,100. As you know, we started this as a $500 account challenge, and I'm happy with how it's been progressing so far. As you can see today, if you logged in, or if I logged in at a particular point, it went to a high, the account size went to a high of 1185, which is pretty huge, and the low of like, I don't know, $1,006. So as you can see, these are going to happen. I'm only holding 3 positions based on my account size, and I have a little bit of leftover money, $262. I can, if I get like 10 or 20 more bucks, I can start another position soon. So I'm hoping for some of the positions to close out with some extra money so that I can get more positions in. Instead of 3, I can afford 4. So let me go straight into the presentation, by the way, how or why I'm shitting on day traders. So let's tell you why. And if I can actually convince you not to day trade and make more money using saner and safer methods, I would consider myself successful. Okay. So the reason number one that I don't day trade anymore, mind you, I've lost a lot of money. Okay. And you cannot say that I haven't tried it all. I have tried it all. I'll record a separate video on what I've tried and how I have lost a lot of money. Okay, I'll link it. I'll link that video here somewhere at the top, at the corner, in this side. I don't know when I recorded, but I have actually tried it all sorts of day trading, and I'll tell you why those didn't work for me and how much money I lost. The first reason is there is no edge when you're doing day trading. Okay, there's no real edge. The 45 DT, the one that I'm talking about, this has a historical edge. And let me tell you what actually an edge means. It's basically like a statistically or probabilistically something that's in your favor. So for example, if you have a coin that's biased towards you, which means, let's say that coin goes, instead of 50-50, it goes 60 times, or let's say 51 times it goes head and 49 times it goes as a tail. So if you know that that's a biased coin and you toss that enough times and you bet with someone, that if you win, you're gonna get a buck. If they win, they're gonna get that buck from you. And the bet is something like that. And the coin, you know that that's gonna be head most of the time, even 1% higher. So what you're gonna do is put your money on heads every time. You're gonna call heads, 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 heads. And over the long run, that 1% or 2% in favor that you had, that's gonna play out in favor of you. So over 100 or 1,000 toss, you'll end up being, let's say, $2 or $20 or $200 richer compared to the other guy. Okay, so that's in your favor. Just like in casinos, if you're playing any game at a casino, the edge is always in favor of the house. It's like 2%, 1%, 3%. It's very small, but they make money in the long run. In a technical analysis, there is no edge. The market is efficient, and I believe in like weak efficient market hypothesis. Uh, or if you're someone who believes in a strong efficient market hypothesis, it means that the market is fully efficient. If there is any edge that people could exploit, they would have exploited it already. So there is no edge, which means technical analysis, the people online on TikTok, YouTube, this is the thing that people swear by. I'll tell you that this is fake. Why? Because again, there is no edge. There is no predictive power to the charts that you have been using. Okay? If the charts say, okay, there's this support, there's this resistance, it might break, and you're going to make money, that doesn't happen. Okay? And that's why the charts they're so efficient, the markets are so efficient that it's like basically like a coin toss. It's a fair coin, it's a 50-50 shot, and all the statistical models that you see, that like high speed firms like institutional traders, all the models are based on what do you call all the quant models are actually based on this hypothesis. It's based on random motion or Brownian motion. It says the stock market is 100% random. There's no way you can predict it. So if a stock market is basically like a particle that's going up and down and without any predictable, without us being able to have any predictive power on it, then there's no point in trying to do that. So again, technical analysis is fake. And I know that 99% people actually lose money. Not break even, not like lose a little or make a little bit money. They just lose. They just straight up lose. Again, I know those 1% people who make it big. Okay, so I know they're very close friends of mine, at least two people I know who have made a lot of money. They have become millionaires over a summer, and I used to look up to them, and I still respect them. I really love them. I really want to know their secret, but I don't think I can ever, or actually I tried emulating whatever they did exactly, but I couldn't do it, and most people can't do it. So they try. You can try everything they have done, but once you try and once you fail and lose a bunch of money, you can come back to my video and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can exactly follow the same recipe, but they would make $1,000,000, you'll make zero. And that's what happened to me, and that's what happens to 99% people. So you could say that I'm so loser, but you could also say that I'm a realist. Okay, so if I could not make money, so I cannot teach you how to make money in that way. So I'm not teaching you how to make money in that way in this channel. And the thing that worked for me, I'm gonna share that 100% in this channel. Okay, so people use technical analysis. 99% people fail. 1% people make a lot of money. It's like getting a lottery ticket. I don't believe in lottery ticket. I believe in small, consistent wins. So you can become financially secure or independent, or I can become something like that over the long run. So what this means is that the statistics is not in my favor. If 99% people lose money, I cannot dream to be that 1%, right? I mean, I used to dream. Everyone who lose money, they dream that they think that they're the 1%, but trust me, they're not. You are not, okay? Or even if you are, what I'm going to tell you is the advice given by Nassim Taleb. His advice is, in life, if you want to live a secure, happy, and prosperous life, you can do two things. You have to do two things. You need to have something that is safe and you have to have something that is super risky. It's like a dumbbell method. So one side you have something super safe that pays your bills, you're not going to get broke or homeless. On the other side, you have to take risk, uh, maybe not risk it all, but at least have something risky that is going to increase your potential to have a better life. Okay, so uh, I would say first start with something safe on the left hand side, or whatever the side is on your camera. On one side, take something that's safe, do it. So in this case, I think this is the safe option that I'm trying. On the other side, super risky. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that, but I might. But first, I want to build my account. That's the first reason. The second reason um, is, so you might be saying, okay, technical analysis doesn't work, that's fine, but there are people who made a lot of money trading zero DTE options, 0 days to expiry, on SPX, which is like the S&P 500 index, and people actually made a lot of money. Now, uh, these strategies are actually promoted by tastytrade. Remember that I'm a huge proponent of tastytrade's trading strategy. This 45DT was invented by tastytrade, and they are also a proponent of 0 DTE strategies. Now, uh, so that's why I gave it an honest shot. I really tried my best to find out the time, the money put into that account. Again, I tried with $1,000 account. I tried testing out the 0 DT strategy with $1,000 account. Now remember, Tasty Trade doesn't let you trade with $1,000. They would let you trade with $2,000 or I think $3,000 to maintain that margin. And margin is something that you must need to be approved to trade any option or like spread, because spread involves buying and selling an option. To sell an option, you need a margin approval, and that's what the tasty trade requires you to have. So for example, if you're not just buying an option, you're buying a spread or selling a spread, in that case you need to actually have a margin account. So the 0 DT strategy on SPX, they call it the iron flies, which is like selling the gut and buying the wings. It's like a butterfly, but it's like made up of a put and a call. Don't worry what that means if you don't know what that means. But that's their strategy, and I really like that strategy. So what I did was I tried it out on a paper trading account first to see actually if that works. Remember, before I did not really have a have any success using technical analysis and day trading on a paper trading account, even on a paper trading account in Thinkorswim. So Thinkorswim lets you trade with $1,000 or $500 selling options, selling spreads actually. So selling iron flies. So I tried using that Thinkorswim account, and I tried it on paper, and whoa, it blew my mind. It actually, I was able to grow my account from a $1,500 or $1,000 to $7,500 within 1 month. But that's on my paper account, right? So I was happy that, okay, so if I can grow my $1,500 or $1,000 to $7,500 in a month without even taking as much risk, I can just do it on a live account, right? And so I started the same strategy with $2,000. So I was thinking, okay, if I can make $1,000 into 7,500, I can make $2,000 into at least 7,500, or 5,000 in a month, right? Right? No. Why? Because on a live account, it never gets filled. On a paper account, it always gets filled. Whatever the price, the option prices go up and down a lot of times in a day, right? So on a paper account, the paper account thinks that it's getting filled. The prices come down temporarily, that means it's gonna get filled. But on a live trading account, it never gets filled. Because why? Paper trading account is just a simulation. There's no people involved in it. But a live account is run by market makers. They have strict rules that the price actually comes down and holds there for some time, if not lower. That's when your order gets filled. Or if it goes up and you have like a sell order, that's when it gets filled. Okay? It's not, you cannot just, the thing never gets filled if it doesn't come down below where you have set your order to be, right? So for example, yesterday or Monday, I told you that I sold IBIT, right? And got MSTR. So I'm going to show you that MSTR, I sold it for like 200 something dollars, 220 bucks. Now it's at 150. So I made about 18% money. That's good. But if I look at the option, actually the graph, today, it was going around 150, 130, whatever, around that range. But at some point, it actually went down just before close. It went to 0.28. Now my sell order was at 150, right? And I'm sorry, not 150. My sell order was at, or is still at 116. So you can say that, okay, so MSTR was hovering around 130, 120, not exactly 116, but something around that. And it at some point it went down to 0.28. It was even at some point it was at 115. But even though the price was 115, my sell order was at 116. Even then, it did not get filled. It did not get filled when it came down to 0.28. It came down to 0.28 means somebody got filled. Somebody got that, was able to sell that or buy that at 0.28. Good for them. But the market makers, it's probably just one person who got that price. Now, there are a lot of orders that went in and out this whole day, but my one didn't get filled. And realistically, it never gets filled. It's probably like somebody with a better account, trading account, or better whatever connection, that sort of people probably got filled. I never get filled. And you might say, okay, Thinkorswim is better than Robinhood. You should get filled. No, Thinkorswim did not get me good fills. And Ironflies is difficult to get filled, even more difficult than these credit spreads. Why? Because Ironflies has four options involved, 2 options per leg. So we have like, actually, yeah, 4-legged options. And so since there are like 4 contracts involved, it's really difficult to get filled. The credit spreads are only 2 contracts, one sell, one buy. And that did not get filled. So Ironflies are much harder to get filled on Robinhood, on Thinkorswim. Now, I did not start with a $3,000 account on tastytrade because I did not have $3,000 account. And most people, if you're like me, you'd probably start with $500 or $1,000 account. So if you want to increase that $1,000 account to a $7,000 account fast, you cannot do that because you cannot afford to do that in tastytrade. And since I haven't been able to try that out on tastytrade, I don't even know if this strategy would work on tastytrade, right? So I have zero idea if this is gonna work on tastytrade until I try it. Am I gonna try it with my $3,000 account? If I have $3,000 in my pocket, I'll probably put it into this Robinhood trading account to grow this account with the sure shot strategy that I know that works. A monkey could do it. I can do it. I'm a monkey. Or a hamster on a wheel. I just press buttons. Or a mouse who has that presses that lever, the red button to get the snack. I actually press that button and get that snack most of the time. Not like that addicted monkey or rat who doesn't get that snack 70% of the time. I'm not that rat. I'm like the rat who's in a better scenario. So I'm gonna keep doing this with this 45 DTE trade, right? So Ironflies work on paper, not on live trading account. Now my account size again is too small to trade on tastytrade. So I'm sticking to Robinhood or Thinkorswim if I were to trade. Maybe not Thinkorswim, the commissions are pricey. And also the reason is like for 0DTE data that tastytrade shows, it's like it's taken over the last 2 years only. Okay, the last 2 years the market is going high. The market is going up. The data is not long enough. I love that research. I love whatever effort they're putting in, but it's not good enough. And at least not good enough to risk my small account, my savings that hard-earned money, like that I make over a month, because I live in like a place where The living cost is not very high. It's super low, or at least compared to Connecticut or New York. So the payment is, as you know, it's not very high. So I make a comfortable living because I live somewhere where the living cost is not that high. But if I want to save some money to put into a trading account or grow the trading account, it's not much. Okay, so I'm gonna, you know, hold off on risking my money on zero DTEs for now. I'm gonna wait for Tasty to make better research. I want to wait for Davies or somebody who like options with Davies to make research on them and actually make the people with bigger accounts or more money. I'm gonna wait for them to figure out if that worked for them, and then I'm gonna wait for my account to become bigger to start risking my money on those stuff like zero DTs. And also, I'm going to wait for the data to become longer. So, for example, the data that they have is like the last 2 years, right? And the last 2 years, if you look at it, the market is just going up, right? So even if you do not know what you're doing, if you just bought call options, if you just sold puts every day, if you just sold put credit spreads every day, if you bought iron flies or if you sold iron flies, whatever you did, you just made money. I'm pretty sure your luck in that sense would not continue from here on now, because why the market is like all time high at this point, it's like showing some weakness. Uh, I don't even care what that means. It's not going up anymore as much as it went in the last 2 years. So as you can see, the slope is like high compared to now. The market is like now flat. It's not going anywhere. So probably iron flies could help, but I'm not gonna risk it. Because like if it goes down, my account is blown. I don't want to do that, right? So that's like another reason I let me tell you the next one. Okay. Okay, so one of the big ones, PDT, pattern day trading rule. I can only make 3 day trades per week, right? It's People are saying that it's gonna come down sometime in 2026, where you need only $2,000 account to day trade 5 times a week, or more, or more than 3 times a week, right? I don't know when that's gonna happen. When I tried it, it was only 3 days per week, and also you need at least $2,000 account now. So I'm not gonna day trade and like risk getting flagged as a day trader. Okay, so that's sad. That's good actually, because I don't care about being a day trader at this point. Now there was data by tastytrade or one research where they said Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is like really good for iron flies or some other option selling day trading zero DT strategy. But again, I tried that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday exactly as they said, and it did not work out in my Thinkorswim account. I don't know if it would have worked out in a tastytrade account, because people say they have better fills. If you try it, if you have a small account, I would say don't try it. You don't want to risk that money. But if you have a bigger account and you want to risk that money, if you get some data, if it worked for you, please let me know in the comments, because I want to try it out at some point in the future, or at least try to prove me wrong. Okay, it's a win-win. I mean, even if I lose, it's a win, because it's a good information. So if you find that if it works for you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or any other day of the week that is statistically in your favor, let me know. I'll be happy to, try that again at some point future. Reason number 4, I have a full-time job, right? Now, it's a Wednesday. I have a teaching job. So I have this luxury of being able to sit down here, work on my lecture materials and stuff, and also record this video. This will work as a lecture material for a future course that I might teach. So I can afford to do this, but most people can't. When I was a grad student, I couldn't, or most grad students can't sit on their computer with 2 or 3 screens in front and like checking the charts. You see, whenever you search about trading on Google, you'd see people with a lot of different like monitors monitoring different charts. It might work for them, but it's mostly show to sell you a course. Okay, I don't have time to monitor all the charts and ticks every minute or every 5 minutes. Okay, I don't want to do that. But the strategy that I'm doing currently, 45 DT, I can do that whenever. I can go to the bathroom and take a shit, and taking a shit takes about 10 minutes. I can scroll through all my watch list. It's about 60 stocks I can, or 30 or 40 stocks I can go over and just place a trade while I'm taking a shit. Okay, so this works for me. It works for anyone who has a full-time job, a grad student. I was a grad student, PhD student once. Anybody can do it, okay? If they want to make some money, if they want to spend some time studying how this works at night, it's doable whenever the market is open. Because the market is open in the morning, that's when most people work. So um, day trading is not for you, okay? Or not for me, actually. Day trading is for people who are already financially independent. They know how a strategy works. They can try that. Or people who are unemployed. If you are unemployed, just get a job. Don't lose your mom's savings on on something that doesn't even promise that you're going to win 50% of the time, right? Reason number 5, portfolio volatility. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So here, if you look at today's trade here on my Robinhood account, I only have 3 positions. That's not going very much like up or down. So the highest it can go is like, initially it opens with $1,000, it goes up by whatever, $1,100 or $96. It goes down by I don't know, $90. So that's like the maximum it goes up and down, because why I have these 3 positions on. If I have like more positions who are more diversified, the up and down wouldn't be as high. Okay. If I look at the month or 3-month progress, as you can see, this is like a steady progress. Over this 1 month, it's like very steady upward climb, right? If this was a day trading, it would be like going up and down every single day, because some days I would be going or making big, or most of the days actually I would be losing it big. Okay, so the dips you would see, this wouldn't be like this small dip, right? It would be like big dips which I can't even recover from. Okay, because if I lose, I'm gonna lose big, and I don't want to do that. This is called like portfolio volatility, and I hate that, right? So I don't want my portfolio to be this volatile, right? And that means I don't need to know, like, since I'm not doing technical analysis, I don't need to know market timing. I don't need to be careful when the market goes up or down. I can just, you know, get in whenever I want. Okay, I don't have to time the market. I have to time the stock. So, for example, yesterday, like or on Monday, I told you that Bitcoin, I sold the Bitcoin or I beat for like without realizing the full like 50% profit. I sold it early. I sold it here. The next day on Monday, on Tuesday actually, it went up. It climbed up. Even today, it's just going up. I knew it's gonna go up. I didn't know when, right? So if I look at IBIT, it gapped up. It went so high that it would have given me that full 50% profit that I was aiming for. I settled for 25% or 20%. It would have given me 50% profit or even more if I held it the very next day or even until today. But I mean, I feel a little bit sore, but it's not that bad. Because why? Because I can tell myself that at least I followed my strategy. My strategy is get out at 21 days, okay? And I did that. I made money. I left what? If I did that, I would have made $50 more. So what? I sold that. I went on to MSTR, and that made me $50, right? If luck was good, I could have made more, right? Actually, it made $83. So even though I might sound like I'm being a sore loser by not letting that Bitcoin thing run for more than 21 DTE or 18 DTE, I closed out at 18 DTE. I could have made more money if I held it till morning. But no, on that same day, I got into MSTR, luckily, because the volatility on MSTR was super high, and it had made me $83. So who's the loser now, right? Now I don't know if MSTR is going to close with this profit. By the time I close it, it might be a loser instead of this plus 83. It might be a loser. I don't care. It's just I don't need to time the market, right? So there is no idea of being disciplined in trading. So there are a lot of books, The Disciplined Trader, Trading in the Zone, how to be a like trading psychology and stuff like that. There is no such thing as discipline or psychology in trading. Just imagine that you are a monkey. Just imagine that you are pushing a button every day, do the same thing and over again for the next 50 years. That's the discipline that you need. Okay, you don't have to analyze anything. You don't have to mentally do the process where you think, okay, should I get out or not? Should I enter or not? Okay, let's skip this trade. I have a better setup. No, let's refrain from it. No, you don't have to go through that shit anymore. If I follow this strategy, I don't care. And what this means is I don't really have to look at the need. I don't feel a need to see or watch my account every second of the day. If it's going up, if it's going down, I don't care, because I know the most it can go up is like $100. The most it can go down is $100 based on the size of my account, based on the number of positions I'm holding. If I'm holding 4 positions, it can go up by $120. It can come down by $120 in a day. That's what I know. So I don't have to really look for what's happening every 5 seconds. I don't have to have my screen open in the fear that the market is going to crash, the stock is going to crash, something's going to come up, Fed is going to, somebody's going to miss out somebody. I don't care. This is going to happen, and I know this is all expected. I love it. I can move on. Okay, so there's no discipline in trading. I don't have to look at I don't feel the need or the desire to look at my account. Okay, sometimes when I'm feeling broke, I can get into my Robinhood account and actually I can zoom out. I can click on this 3-month mark. I can look at this year-to-date mark, and I can look at this 3-month mark and see that I made 93% in the last 2 months. I can look at this year-to-date mark. Okay, sometimes when the account is down for the day or not much higher, I can just get here and actually tell myself, okay, actually I made like 93% in the last 2 months. Who makes that? Most people lose money. So I can just be happy just looking at this green thing going up instead of cliffing, down from a cliff. Right? I can look at this year to date. I can look at this 1 year thing, which means I made what? From minus $181 to 110, and I made like $1,200 using only $500 or $1,000 account in this last 6 to 7 months, and that makes me happy. I don't have to look at my account every second to justify what's going on. Okay, and I can do this whenever the market goes down even. Okay, so I have that confidence because if the market is going down, some positions like oil, like gas here, semiconductor, Bitcoin, they're not going down with the market. They're going separately, like gold, silver, they're separate markets. So I don't care if the market goes down. So I don't have to look at my account as much as people do. That brings me to my last slide. The most important reason that I don't like day trading, or I'm shitting on day trading for the last half an hour, and I'm gonna keep doing that for the rest of my life. I'm shitting on technical analysis, actually, not day trading. Day trading could be good depending on the edge. We still have to figure out how the tastytrade people do it. If that works, we can make a better video. But for now, I'm shitting on day trading as well. So the number 6 reason is like the low win rate. Okay, so there are people who lose 99 trades and make one trade that is like 15,000% winners, and that makes their whole year. And I've seen people who actually had like a $3,000 position turn into a $45,000 position overnight. Those are super rare. They're like 1 in a million, okay? And many people who lose money, we never see them. Why? Because there's this thing called survivorship bias. We only see the people who are winners in this game. We don't even know if that $45,000 was sustainable for that person, if that person lived to spend that money, right? Um, so the problem with technical analysis and day trading is like this low win rate. I don't want a low win rate. I want to feel like a winner every day, right? And most of the days. So far the win rate is like amazing. I made like the last few trades, it was like 6 out of 6 winner. Before that, I made around 90ish% win percentage. And the more important thing is like you have to feel like a winner, or at least I feel like I need to feel like a winner to sleep well at night. I don't want to lose money. Not just feeling good about yourself. It's just, making an actual money, which I'm making. And in the other cases, like technical analysis, I'm not making money. So it doesn't matter if I feel like a loser or a winner. I'm feeling like a loser, that's for sure, because I know, even though consciously I know that the markets are doing whatever they want, it's not in my control. But then again, if I'm losing the money, the decision to buy or sell an option contract that lost me money, that decision was mine. So even if I mean, I know that it's not on me. Even then, if I'm continuously losing every day, I would feel like shit at the end of the day or end of the month. I would feel like, okay, why am I losing so much? In this strategy, I have a high win rate, right? So if there's like one or two trades that doesn't go, I don't make as much money, or if I lose small. Even if I lose big, I know that that's not on me. That's so in order to know something within yourself, you have to have that confidence. You have to experience that. Okay, so for example, here I'm experiencing even if I lose money. So I would be happy to actually shoot a video and tell you, okay, yeah, this is my first loss. And actually, when I do that, when I make my first losing trade in this, in my trade sheet, I'll record that, screen record that, or video record that, and post it on YouTube, showing you that, okay, let's celebrate my first losing trade. Okay, that's a luxury to have when you are following a strategy like a monkey, which doesn't let you lose. Okay, I want to do that. Okay, so let's see when that happens, right? Why would I celebrate that? Because again, even if I lose, it's gonna be a small loser, and the losers will be so far and few that it would be so few in number that the losers would be valuable. There's nothing to learn from a loser. There's nothing to improve as a trader from those losers. Those are losing trades, just like a coin toss. There's nothing you can learn from a coin toss. If you toss a coin, you call head, the coin is a tail, and there's nothing you can learn from it. Okay, so I'm following a strategy. There's all I need to learn from that strategy. I don't need to journal my trades, like strategy, mental thing, whatever is going on. I don't have to do that shit, right? Most people will tell you, okay, journal the trade, learn from your losers, every mistake. No, there's no mistake. There's nothing you can do. It's like a coin toss. You're just making money because time is passing. There's nothing to learn from that. Okay, most importantly, I make enough money. Okay, right? So I'm gonna underline, I make more than enough money per day without day trading using this 45 DT rule, that you can call me a consistently profitable trader. I don't need that 0 DTs or like day trading or technical analysis to make money. So even if I had used those strategies, the account would be going up and down, like, which I'm already showing you my Robinhood account. That's how it would, or I mean, it would be worse than that. I don't want that. Okay, so you can do whatever you want, but this is the strategy that's working for me. Again, I think this is a nice Wednesday. I'll see you on Friday. And again, I thank you for the thank the people who have actually subscribed and staying connected. Last day, the last video that I posted, it had like 1049 dollars in my account. Okay, and now it's like 1100. So we're going up. There would be some days when this would be red for the day. So for example, this is like green for the day. At some point it would be red for the day. The week would be red, the month would be red. I'm waiting for those times to come and update you as like happily as I'm doing right now. So again, if you're watching this, please know that I'm thankful for your support and the good feedback that you are leaving me with. Happy trading.